You know who has the clearest, most arrow-like focus? Children. I have a great story about how the way my daughter was focusing on something that was upsetting her last week caused me to engage with her in this work and bring my focus into more clarity and purpose as well. That's Zia. That's my favorite picture of her that's ever been. But last week, she and all the 3rd, 4th, 5th graders across New York were taking the state tests. And she was very nervous about it in spite of a lot of different prep she's done. And she is a very good writer. It was ELA, but she had it in her head that she was nervous about the essay section. Even though she's a very good writer, she was really nervous about it. And something that she does is fixate. And there's no internal monologue, which is actually really helpful in helping me examine what my internal monologue might be, but I'm not hearing it out loud, so maybe it's not as connected. Anyway, the state test was in 2 days, and she just kept saying, I'm not good at essays. I'm not good at essays. I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm not good at essays. I'm not good at essays. And she just kept saying it, and it was really twisting me up. It was making me nervous, and I just kept saying, you are good at essays. And she said, no, I'm just not good at this one part. And it's this part, and I'm not good at this part. And I said, yes, you are good at that part. You can be. And so we were like butting heads. And it was the greatest example of how one argument is made and then you argue against that one argument, but no parts are going to give. So I said, oh my God, I can do one of my exercises with her. We can write the 2 stories. I said, Zia, let's do it. And we had done it before over being nervous about a sleepover. So I said, okay, you're nervous about this one thing and it's completely in your way. It's blocking you being able to feel good in any way about going into this test, even though you're good at this and you're good at writing. You're not able to hear that right now. So let's just sit down and tell all the terrible, ugly, nasty truth about this fear. She said, okay. And she's done this before. So we sat down. I said, what is this story when it's just on top of you and it's working against you? And she immediately titled it, Worst Test Ever. I said, great. That sets the energetic tone. I said, Zia, who are you when this test is just in charge of you and you're failing this test? Who are you in this story? And she said, I am a person who's bad at essays and I'm taking a test that I'm scared of. I was like, yep, that's who you are in this story. What's next? You're talking to your fear. Who is that fear? What is it like? She said, I'm talking to my fear who's in charge right now. I said, yeah, that's true. I said, what do you want? What do you want in this story from yourself, from your fear? She said, I want to not fail, to not feel like I'm doing badly at just another essay. I don't want to feel like I'm doing bad at another essay. That is how I feel. I don't want that. And then I said, Zia, what are you going to do to not feel that way? She said, to not feel that way, I'm going to worry. I'm going to second guess myself. I said, great. That is the true story of this terrible anxiety and fear that you're feeling. How does this story make you feel? She said immediately, worried, scared, nervous, intimidated, and unhappy. I was like, great. Blech! That's that story. And we ripped it out. Here it is. She wrote on it. She X'd it out. She wrote a sad face on it. And we X'd it out, ripped it out, and put it to the side. I turned over a new sheet in the booklet. I said, all right, we know what to do now. Let's just say, what if? Let's focus elsewhere. What if this test is going to go really well and you're the best version of yourself inside material that you enjoy doing? What's the title of this story? She said immediately, Best Test Ever. I said, awesome. What's next? Who are you in the story of the best test ever? She said, I am a smart, resourceful student who loves to write. I'm a smart, resourceful student who loves to write. And she started smiling. I said, yeah, you are. That's so true. That's true. She said, I know it. I said, okay, Zia, as this smart, resourceful student who loves to write, who are you talking to? And she said, I'm talking to the part of me who knows how to write. And both of us are just smiling bigger because we feel the energy changing. We feel it all alchemizing. And it's real. I said, all right, Zia, what do you want in this story of the best test ever as this person talking to this part of you? What do you want from this part of you? She said, I want this part of me to connect my mind to the answers and remember easily. I said, great. That feels good. That's aligned. What are you going to do that? She said, I'm going to enjoy the process. I'm going to celebrate my writing. And now we're just grinning our faces off. And she goes, and that makes me feel happy, excited. It makes me feel smart, confident. And then she said, it makes me feel automatopoeical. She said, that's my favorite word. That's the best word. And I said, whatever works. And then she color-coded this one. We circled the power words. We underlined key phrases and focused on these emotions. And she ripped this out of her notebook and she took it with her. She said it to herself before bed, both of the 2 nights. She woke up and read it in the morning. And her core phrases, I was like, okay, Zia, we already did this work. So you don't need to memorize this or get all these words in your head. What are the core power phrases that are going to anchor you into this work that's already done? And she was like, best test ever. And then when she felt any of the nervousness come up, because it does, it always will, she would be like, I'm nervous. And I said, yes, you are nervous. And she would smile and she goes, and I'm a girl who loves to write. And then she was there, just like that, just enough. And I said, look, it's going to come up and down, but you know what to do. And when you sit down in that test, when you feel the nerves come up, just stop and take your time. Take a moment, say, thank you so much. And I'm a girl who loves to write, and then start writing. And it really helped her. It really helped her. And it was so simple, and it helped me simplify my own stuff. And I'm so happy that I get to give that kind of help to her. And I want to help all kinds of young people with this stuff. Every time I help her, it helps me. And thank you for listening to this video. That helps me as well. I hope you share it. I hope that you feel shifts yourself. I would love to know what you thought. Thank you so much for following me. I really appreciate you. Have a great one.